So what other classes that people
'Cause
thinking,
she's
huh?
an asshole.
So what's the rest of this session now?
I'm starting to think half orc fighter rogue would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that, like with the two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what people feel about this. I'm not even sure what I feel about this, but I've listened to podcasts about, you know, different ways to handle a TPK or nearly so. And one possibility is just like rewinding the encounter and starting over if people, since basically everybody died and Azrael ran away, like it's kind of the end of this party. So do people want to kind of rewind and try it again, or do you want to make new characters?
I could go either way on that, but
I mean,
I don't think I was as attached to my character as the others were to theirs.
I mean, I'm not attached. I don't get attached to characters until they're level 15.
No,
fair enough.
But I mean, like I'm okay with rewinding, I guess. But you know, if I was running this, I'd be like, well, we put them at level 4, and they're a new party that just got inducted to the Adventurers Guild, and they appear at their new welcoming ceremony or whatever.
And they hear about this shitty party. Like, this guy Sprout comes in. He's like, "Man, I'm
not super attached to Azrael. I mean, I really like Azrael, and I really like all the stuff we talked about, but I'm still not super attached to her because she's kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
I make no guarantees that my next character's not an asshole.
I love Yorick. I think he's a really fun, solid concept, but I know my next character would also be so. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not really all that up to it anyway. Sorry to be wishy-washy about it.
No,
yeah, everybody's
I'm already
wishy-washy.
thinking of my next one, so you know now I'm all
right.
Half-orc fighter rogue.
I like the process of making characters, so I'm super fine with making a new character.
Well, I mean, the reality is, Azrael, since she survived, if we don't roll it back, she could still be in the new group.
Yeah,
she could, but she's kind of a dick.
She just gives up being an adventurer.
Who would realistically hire the adventurer? Who, I guess she is super good at deception. I guess she could just lie and say, "Everybody died. I don't know what happened," but either way.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go either paladin or cleric. I was leaning cleric, but if somebody else wanted to play cleric, because I know you, Nathan, for example, had been talking about a cleric previously. So I don't.
I will be right back.
You know, I need to play a class that I haven't played before next. And technically I've played a cleric, so if you're thinking cleric or paladin, I mean, I've got a plan for a cleric. Like if we had, I mean, I'd still have to make him, of course. I've played him before, very briefly in 2 sessions of Ravenloft, that was converted to 5th edition. But honestly, you know, I will. Looking at my list of classes I've yet to play is monk, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. So those are kind of the go about. And I've yet to, I mean, you know, I've never played a wizard, warlock, or sorcerer, like anything similar. I guess Tyval is a full caster, but that's kind of a caster with a different flavor altogether. So, you know, yeah, I mean, because I know, like Chrissy was talking about where originally she wanted to play a paladin, so we could go kind of a holy. We could be warriors of divinity instead of warriors of eldritchness.
I don't know, man. Doesn't sound like Dwayne's planning to play necessarily.
An orc fighter rogue is talk about damage. An orc fighter rogue is one of the most optimal damage classes, an assassin rogue, because you at one point you're throwing like 20 dice.
I don't give a shit about optimal, really. That's not interesting to me.
Yeah, I know about that. I know you don't, and I don't anymore. It's just saying that, you know,
it just sounds very
good.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds fun to be able to run around and stab people.
Hey, I got a question. Is anybody interested in playing a paladin?
I think Chrissy was, and I think Steve is.
Yeah, and I threw that. I was kind of tossing that idea around too.
The reason I ask is, you know what would be kind of funny if someone played the Favio guy, and you guys were like that group, the ones that were going to come
Yeah.
next.
That's cool.
And
That's
you
really
find
cool.
like
Totally
your
play
your
Fabio.
character's dead in here.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
I could go for that. I gotta practice my hair throw for the Fabio.
Or, I mean, we could still do that with a different, because there's nothing to say that they would have been the ones to come. So, we could just, whatever you guys play, say that you're the ones that were, once they verified that this was the thing that they sent to do it. Because, yeah, I think, if you guys are going to make new characters, we're just going to start where we left off. I'm not going to start you guys back at level 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason, I gotta say, like, I liked the class idea, but the character himself, like, I don't know, maybe I was running dry on ideas or something. I just couldn't come up with something that I found particularly appealing about the character.
I mean, I'm super wishy-washy of what, honestly, I'm kind of tempted to say do a Order of the Awakened Mystic, but no, I don't think I'm gonna do that, because that's 100% different than they have nothing in common.
Oh no?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing, zero. You couldn't even, if they were two different classes, you'd be like, yeah.
And
They
I
have-
made a post on the forums with all the, like,
I'm looking at all that.
yeah, extra stuff you could do.
I'm probably thinking rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. I kind of want to play a ranger, but that can't happen. It just can't.
Why not? Play
Because
what you want.
Ulysses was hey guy, Ulysses reappears in this
Yeah.
world. No.
I kind of want to play a divine
Oh,
caster,
man.
which is why I kind of want to make a new character.
Well, Chrissy, if
You-
you want to
you
make a
wanna
new
go-
character, you can. Or you can play the one you have. Either or.
I'll be right back. I really have to pee now that he's out of the bathroom.
That's what
Now
I
that
just
I'm
did.
back, I have to pee.
I was gonna say to her that if she wants to play a cleric, that's fine with me. I'm not like
Everybody
I have no
plays clerics this time. That'd be hilarious.
full cleric. I bet you could make a pretty good
Well,
all
with
cleric.
the different domains, they'd
Oh,
be all
They'd be different.
kind of.
I just think that'd be funny. You go from no clerics, everybody's a divine caster.
Like,
now.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't
kinda
remember
like
the
this
name.
new-
Or,
what's the
all
new
of us
arcane
know.
one or arcana? That looks
yeah, the
pretty cool.
Arcana domain.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
sweet. I think it'd be pretty OP in my world too, because all those things that you can turn are going to be around a lot.
Tell me more. No, I don't really want. I don't want to be like. I like it when everybody in the party is at a similar kind of like power level. That's my best thing. If everybody's like optimized to the hilt, fine.
No,
If
I mean,
people are,
I'm just, it's not really OP. It's just they can,
Yeah.
in addition to turning in undead, they can turn like elementals, fiends, celestials, stuff like that.
Hey,
It's just a little bit maybe cooler in Primordia because I'll probably use more of those than I might in like Forgotten
Right.
Realms.
Even though Samson
domain
said
spells
he
are pretty good.
still got to do something with the Order of the Butterfly, even if we get a quest or something from them, Lex.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
the lore, man.
Yeah,
that was
totally.
cool lore.
Because I had plans for Samson, man. Like if past level 5, depending on, because past level 5 Samson, if we did only neutral-ish stuff, he was going to multi-class rogue. If we did evil stuff, he was going to get blessed by Nextar and become a shadow sorcerer. If he got blessed, if we did good things, he'd be blessed by Elenoth and become an undying like warlock. So I had passed depending on which kind of alignment way we sort of went.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, I'm not a big stickler on alignment. Like I kind of view it as more like a role playing thing.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to
But-
have like a full out plan.
But I don't want like any evil characters because the guild, like it wouldn't work with evil characters because
I don't
they
mean evil. I mean like kind of like if we took like my plan was if like the shadow stuff went really tits up, but Samson survived it, that would be kind of a thing that would make him be blessed by Nextar because he got touched by like all the undead stuff. I don't know, but he's dead now, so it's okay, and I can forget all that.
He's old news. Fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
Fuck that guy. Who? Literally who?
Well,
I actually
Nathan,
like
you could
Sam's
always
brothers.
make his little brother, who's the same class or whatever if you want. I mean, you
His
can
twin
do whatever you
brother.
want.
Sun Sam.
There's no rule that says you can't basically just remake the same character with a different name.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah, that's just nah. He was cool, but he's a playtest character, so he dies, and it's like, yeah, we saw that. And that's cool.
Well, so far we think the Scion kind of sucks because he died.
Yeah, it's an okay
Actually,
class.
He was one of the last ones up.
Yeah,
So you know, you
yeah.
gotta,
Yeah, for if you're looking for a character that you can get a pretty high AC with pretty early in the game, that's definitely the way.
It's a pretty solid way.
I like maybe halfling rogue. I don't know. This mastermind archetype is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The master of tactics. As a bonus action, you can use the help action to aid an ally attacking a creature within 30 feet of you. That grants them advantage. That's pretty sweet. So you can grant advantage to an ally every round with your bonus action if you wanted to. Of course, you got a lot of uses for your bonus action. But that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, rogues, they've got lots of ways to use that bonus action. Yeah, Steve, I can do that. I think I already have it in a PDF. Actually.
Yeah, you get magic missile as a domain spell. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Let's see.
And
where
then
did I
the
put
third,
that?
you get magic weapon. It's a domain spell. It's handy.
Huh. I was looking at the Artificer Wizard subtype, and it's kind of lame.
I'm gonna go half orc fighter. Level 2. We're at level 2 or are we level 3?
3.
Okay, so should I just retype the character sheet I have or
I can give you guys new ones.
give us a fresh one?
I don't think I'm gonna play a wizard. The class just really is not my thing.
Excuse me. There's a
You're
burp
excused.
into your virtual world.
All right, there's one
Yeah.
for Dwayne.
Yeah, we should all be gnome barbarians.
If you pick a gnome ranger beastmaster, you can
You
use
can
your
ride
creature
your
as a
dude.
mount. Yeah, that's cool.
You already playing a cleric? Is that what you decided?
No, not necessarily. You said that you were interested in a divine caster, so divine caster. So I'd be happy enough to defer to you on that.
If
I
you
might
want
play
to
a
play it.
paladin in that case.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to play. I kind of wanted to play a druid, but I kind of also wanted to play paladin, but I kind of also wanted to play a cleric. So if you were gonna play a cleric, that lowers my choices. But
And if you want to play a druid and you want to play a paladin, mix them together. Oath of the Ancients.
I do like the Oath of the Ancients, just the flavor of it. Like, I just like the fact that it's not kind of the uptight sort of paladin. Like, it's a guy that's all about living life to the fullest or whatever. Yeah, man, enjoy life, joy. It's good times. So yeah, I'll tell you what, Chrissy, I'd like to look at the Arcana domain stuff because I've heard good things, but I haven't actually read it. And once I read that, that may give me a better sense as to if I can come up with something.
okay.
Gonna play a Drow Ranger. Oh wait, Dwayne already made that joke.
Yeah, come on.
And I'm gonna name him Titst. And it's gonna be great.
I thought you were gonna say tits. I was like, there's
Yeah, I'm
your
gonna name
name.
him Tits. I'm gonna play the Drow Ranger Tits.
His last name is Up.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He has a dark destiny.
You
Oh, I haven't played a bard yet.
birds are good, man.
Bards are OP.
Yeah.
Cause he's a bard
I
who
don't know
doesn't
about
play
OP.
As long as Lex would be okay with the fact that I don't play music, my bard tells jokes like puns.
Oh
As long
no.
as you're
Oh.
okay with that.
sounds-
I
I'm
don't
not
know
okay
about
with
that.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, because that's been my plan. The bard who doesn't do music, he just does jokes. He's like the one musical like comedian. There's a whole handful of them that are popular. Oh man, I don't know.
I just don't see someone
I
being
wasn't expecting to
inspired by a
die.
joke.
Yeah, me neither, man. But
I was not expecting death.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Relentless endurance. That's right.
All right, Steve. I'll be able to email you that in a second.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, bards aren't just musicians. That's true. They can also be orators, which is the lame way to say a comedian.
No, oratory is not comedian.
Yeah, I know. It's telling speeches. But for me, I would repurpose it into terrible, like, stand-up comedy. And I'd get, like, a list of bad jokes.
It sounds both awesome and horrible all at the same time.
How about good jokes? How about look up like a list of Rodney Dangerfield one-liners or something? Why do they have to be terrible?
Because I'd be delivering them.
But I love puns. Puns are not terrible.
Anybody can read Dangerfield's jokes and they're funny though. You could be like an insult comic.
Yeah.
Just hack at people.
All right, there we go.
What else do I need? All that stuff.
That's actually a good one. She said she's not interested in casual sex. Dangerfield says, "All right, I'll keep my tie on."
Yeah. Oh, they're all great. Yeah, look them
That's
up.
good.
They're awesome. These are the best joke writers ever.
See, if I like prepare my second character, I never get to use them. If I don't prepare a second character, I get caught with my pants down.
You don't get no respect.
All right, I sent it, Steve.
Awesome.
Yeah, cutting
Actually, I
words.
really like the Oath of the Ancients Paladin.
They're
It's
neat.
cool, right?
Now that I'm reading it.
Yeah.
So should I just restock the dungeon and make you guys do it again?
Honestly,
I'm joking.
What?
no.
What are these character sheets that I have in my thing?
So what do we have?
should
We have fighter,
a new character sheet.
fighter,
There's
cleric,
2 in mine.
Well, pick one and
That's
use
what I'm
it.
confused.
paladin.
I don't know if we have anything yet. Glenn.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna be fighter rogue. Half-orc fighter rogue.
Half orc's neat. The first 5e that I played was a orc fighter, half orc fighter.
Oh, all right, so I gave 2 to Chrissy, so that means someone else didn't get one.
I've got one.
That was kind of what I was trying to get at by
Or
pointing out that I
just
had 2.
did too many.
Bard Barbarian.
Oh, that's right. There's only 4 of you now. I keep thinking there's 5.
What's Esakok Skodrekru?
That's your new character. It just gives them a random name when you make
Oh,
them.
okay. Sweet.
So I think everybody should have a new one.
I do.
I'm not sure why they're not in the character folder.
I'm actually not against the first name that was randomly generated for me. The last name's terrible, but Isao is not a bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad first name.
Lex, can you leave my existing character sheet there for now so I can
Yeah.
pull some macros from it?
Sure.
I don't know if you Steve, if you met a French Canadian whose name was this, how do you think you'd pronounce it?
Let me just see. Oh, jeez. That does not sound.
Isn't
No.
EAU a common French Indian?
It could be, yeah, but that's not a name I've heard before. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It could be like not from Quebec, which is the primary French-speaking part of Canada. It could be. It sounds almost Acadien, which would be New Brunswick. So yeah, it's a little bit different. Iso, maybe
Iso?
Yeah,
I
something
could
like
get
that.
behind that name.
Iso.
I like that name. No matter what I'm making, I'm keeping it.
Are backgrounds from this book allowed, Lex?
I mean, ask me, but probably. Some of them are pretty specific, so we might have to fix them.
Okay, so try to pick some more general ones.
I don't know what I'm gonna be, but I got my name. Or at least my first name. So I feel like every session, Lex is gonna have to relearn how to pronounce it.
I was calling him Izzy.
Yeah. Because it's like Bo, but it's so. Man, I don't. Because we just had a warlock and a sorcerer. I mean, if I played a monk, I could just be from the Order of the Butterfly still. That wouldn't be hard at all because they have the sun and the death ones, which oddly enough fit perfectly with.
Yeah, but they're a
two.
psionic thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, the Order of the Butterfly, I mean, they're not just a psionic order. Monks could fit just fine. Both
I thought they
psions
were
and-
a psionic order. I mean, it's kind of apples and oranges.
I disagree, but yeah, okay.
I think it's more like golden delicious apples and red delicious apples. So just 2 different colors.
Well, I mean, I had originally thought we would make psionics and monks connected, but you decided not to do that. Remember?
Okay, I mean, ultimately, it's your world, so the order can be whatever.
Well, but it's your order. I guess I misunderstood you because I thought in the beginning I thought we were going to combine them, and then you were like, no, they don't really have anything to do with monks. But I must have misunderstood you.
I don't think I'm gonna play monk, so
Did you get the thing, Steve?
I did. I'm reading through it now.
man. So we know that Dwayne is playing a fighter type, fighter rogue.
Yes.
Predominantly fighter, predominantly rogue.
I haven't decided yet. We'll see. The first 3 levels are going to be fighter.
What do I want my race to be?
Yeah, I always play humans. I don't know. I could be.
I kind of do too.
I played a what's it called, a ASMR warlock. Let's play a tiefling divine caster.
You know what? Probably by the time you guys make characters, we're probably not going to have a ton of time left, right?
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So, why don't you go ahead and make your characters 4th level then?
Okay.
Because I didn't have a whole lot more for you at 3rd level anyway. So, then I have
This
a
has
week
been
to
an
figure
excellent
out
introduction
what's
to how dangerous. Primordia
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
What are some races? Let's start from the top. Let's start with a race. Let's get a concept. Forget the mechanics. What do I want to play? Like, who do I want to be?
Oh, they don't have a handy race chart like they do a handy class chart?
I don't know. Man.
Bad.
It's like, what?
Because you
So,
shouldn't categorize things by race, man.
I guess I can tell you guys since you're going to be 4th level. So yeah, we're like someone suggested. We'll just start out. You guys are already members of the guild, and you'll be 4th level. So the reason I wanted colors is I wanted something so that it's obvious that you're a member of the guild, like a way to identify yourself as part of the guild. Because you guys are like rock stars, right? Or hopefully you will be. So I decided that what that will be is the guild has kind of the thing that signifies that you're part of the guild is a cloak. So when you are inducted into the guild, you're given a cloak, and your cloak will be in your team colors.
Oh,
so
cool.
So you guys, I mean, you've got the 3 colors, so you can decide individually like how those colors are in the cloak. You know, like maybe Dwayne's is the main color is the gold, and maybe Chrissy's the main color is the purple. But they're really nice cloaks. They're all like cut the same way. So even though, every team has different colors, you can tell that it's a guild cloak. I'm thinking that they probably have like arcane runes like embroidered like around the edges, and they glow very faintly. So it's not enough to like give you away if you're trying to hide, but it's enough that like you can't just make a counterfeit guild cloak and say, "Oh, I'm a member of the guild," because you might be able to copy the runes, but they're not going to glow. And mechanically, they're cloaks of protection.
Cool.
Sweet.
So you guys will all start with one of those. And then obviously, as your character advances, you may get to a point where you don't want to wear your cloak anymore or whatever. So you don't have to wear it, but a lot of people do. Or it might be a thing where you just wear it like when you're out on the town or something, so people know that you're a member of the guild and you get free drinks and stuff. But
Free drinks.
well, maybe a free drink.
We got to do more carousing.
Yeah, right.
That's always the answer.
And I will be using the renown system for the guild, but I probably won't share with you exactly what your score is.
Okay.
But at this point, you guys would be the first rank, which until I come up with something better, I'm just calling initiate. So each rank has like a certain renown score that you need to have, and it also has a level minimum. So until I come up with something better, like the second rank is just called an adventurer. So, and that, I believe the level minimum for that is 5, I think. So it's like, if you see someone who's an adventurer, you know they're at least 5th level, which kind of helps the guild know, you know, if you're capable of a certain job or not.
By the way, if you're looking to kind of solidify your character concept, backgrounds can really help a lot. Seems like it's easier to kind of start sliding into a personality kind of.
Yeah. Almost start with the background first and then decide on class and race. Yeah.
Yeah, normally I'm just great at just like popping out random characters. It's some weird writer's block all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time right now too.
Well, I mean, so, if we're not gonna like go on with the adventure, I mean, we can just, you guys can have the next week to come up with characters. We don't have to do it this minute if you don't want to.
I think I'll likely play a cleric, Chrissy, just so that gives you a bit of guidance. If that changes, I'll let you know.
Then I'm gonna play paladin.
Okay. What's the deal? Like, you know, undead, like that's frowned upon. Like if you had like a skeleton kind of carrying your bags, would that be a bad thing?
Yeah, most people would probably like frown upon. Like you couldn't bring it in the city, that's for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, but I'm a guild member, right? So like, I get special privileges. I'm coming up with some wacky ideas, and I'm just kind of thinking like I could play a guy whose manservant died, and like he went to the extent of raising him up so that he could still carry his bags and stuff. Jeeves.
Yeah, I think the mythal might actually prevent it from physically entering the town. I haven't nailed down all the properties, but
fair enough. So the death domain, probably not a good one as a cleric then.
I mean, you could do it. You just would have to leave your undead outside of town, maybe. Because I don't think a death cleric necessarily has to be evil.
No, I agree. Because you could look at it from a very practical perspective, you know, just, you know.
Yeah.
Just
and
like
nobody else.
Kind of what I'm thinking with my deities is my deities probably won't have alignments. Because I kind of see the gods as beyond, like, the whole idea of alignment. It's a very human kind of thing, you know. So, you know, you could have, like, evil followers of the god of death and good followers of the god of death. They just have very different ideas about what the god of death wants from them. And who knows who's right or if any of them are right. It's not like the god of death, like, comes to have tea and tells them what to do.
I mean, but they're real, right? So maybe you could talk to them. Say, yo, man, like I have a manservant skeleton that carries my bags. Like, you're cool with that, right? I feel like the paladin might not like that, though.
Well, it depends what kind of paladin, right?
Yeah. You don't have to be lawful stupid anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Although, you know, I think good role players could always work their way around that one.
Oh yeah.
Just like kind of like how Beastmaster Ranger, they don't have to be friends with their pets. You see that a lot, but they're a beastmaster, not a hippie that kisses dogs.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Dogs are weapons. They're tools. Why do you have to have an attachment to them?
You're a tool.
Ha
Nice.
Throw that.
So we're looking at a fighter rogue that's being smacked out, it sounds like. Probably a cleric. Probably a paladin.
No, I think even if he doesn't play a cleric, I'm probably gonna stick with paladin just because I'm kind of gonna build my character.
That's cool.
Yeah, I
feel
think
like
a
we could
big
really
thing with
use-
the cleric is your god, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go read your stuff on that, Lex, because I think that might help inform kind of the personality. And once I get an idea of the personality, that might tie into like what this guy would worship. And
Right.
I want to have a
right.
character that's fun to play. That's going to be the big thing. For
That's
me, 'cause
key. Yeah, that's key.
you know, I wasn't loving Wraith as a character to play.
Okay.
So yeah, that's gonna be my thing. Okay, well, if that's it, I'm gonna go so I can just think more about it and not
Sure.
take up your guys' time with me muttering and mumbling.
Make a full rogue. Rogue is cool.
And Steve, regarding the gods, it's pretty broad what I have. And I also have this idea of aspects so that, like, for instance, if you want to worship the god of love, but you have a very different idea of what that would be than I do, then we can just say, oh, well, you're from somewhere where that's the way they see the god of love. And that way we can both be happy.
Yeah, so what I'll do is, like, if I come up with like my kind of idea on it, maybe I'll just you and I can chat offline about sort of how that works in. And yeah, I like that idea though. I like the idea of like gods having aspects, because like it's like, I don't know, it's like Christianity, you know, like
Right.
there's so many different like spins on that, and
Right.
Islam, obviously we're seeing that in the news.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of like that belief informs perception.
And
perception.
it allows me not to have dozens of gods, but yet you can still have something that fits your character better, you know? So
Yeah.
we'll see how it works. And it may be as time goes on and I get them more kind of created more, that might be less loosey-goosey at, you know, in the future. But that's the nice thing about being in on the ground floor, is a lot of stuff isn't defined yet. So,
Yeah.
you know, you guys get to define a lot of stuff. It's like Nathan's
that's-
Order of the Butterfly. I mean, I wasn't going to have anything like that, but now
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
That's
I think
why
you
I'm
would
not
have
going to
dreamed of
argue
something
with
like that.
with Nathan about the monk thing, because it's like, well, he created it, so Nathan's kind of the boss when it comes to the Order of the Butterfly. So if there's monks, then sweet.
I don't know. It's like mechanically like that. I haven't really thought about it. I mean, yeah, it's probably just scions. I don't know. What is scion?
I know they seem kind of monk-like. I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely see the connection.
It really depends on the type of monk too. Some
Yeah,
of them
that's
are more
true.
scion-y than others.
Oh, if
Did you
anybody,
have something? Did you have something somewhere about the nature?
the nature god,
Yeah.
just not a whole lot, just a little bit, I think.
Primordia,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, well, there's kind of two nature gods. There's Primordia, that's like the creative version, and then there's Talos, which is like forest fires and storms and lightning and stuff like that. The more destructive nature god. And that's just because of the domains. If I would have had my way, I would have just had one nature god that was everything, but you've got a storm domain, so kind of had to have a
man,
god
it's
for
like
that.
it's like the yin and yang, man.
Yeah, right.
It's like
Right. And nature's pretty important, so.
I am gonna probably play a caster. Will he be arcane? Not 100% sure. But I definitely am not gonna play a fighter or a paladin, or I doubt I'm. Yeah, cleric no, barbarian god no. I'll never play a barbarian.
hey, come on.
I know,
Hey!
it's just there would never be a character that I'd be interested in playing.
I don't know. They seem a little dull. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Like the only thing I could think of when making a barbarian would be a barbarian whose rage is not anger, but it's kind of like a focused kind of something. I don't know.
I would play it such that he only flies into a rage when other people insult him. That way, I, as the player, would not have control over it, but all the other players at the table would.
Kind of like Trevor's whatever his character's name was. I apologize, Trevor. When he
Thurin.
just challenged him to whatever. Yeah,
It's
Thurin.
like, you can't open up that chest that's obviously trapped if we don't want to do it ourselves. You can't do that.
But I'm most likely gonna play a sorcerer, a warlock, a wizard, or a bard. I
I
think.
kind of want to play a Ghostwise Halfling because they're creepy little fuckers.
They're cool, yeah. They're really cool. Cool flavor there. I don't know. I'm really torn between fighter or rogue. They're both great.
Do both then, man.
I'm a hermit
But for-
paladin.
I want the first 4 levels. I just want to take in one of them because then you get that first ability score improvement. Then I can multi-class, but I just don't.
Go like 5 in fighter to get your second attack, and then go rogue after that and have a blast.
I can't. I don't think I'll ever again be able to play a class that does not have options because just being able to go poke, I'm done,
Yeah.
is just and not be able to do much more than that is just kind of it hurts me on the inside.
Bootgrim was definitely a bit boring for the first few levels, like, and then I even felt like it was getting cheesy every time he was knocking somebody down with their shield because it's just like, okay, that again. That's all I got.
Yeah.
The Battle Master is a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, the
Battle
Battle
Master's
Master's neat.
cool.
The Battle Master is what saves the fighter from being monotony. Anyone who goes, I'm gonna play from 1 to 20 as a champion fighter, you're the real patient, patient individual.
You know,
I've
it's
seen
a
people-
good starter class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people have fun with it, like at cons and stuff. There was this
Yeah.
one guy, and he was just like, I don't know, he was just there more to socialize really than to, get into. He didn't have the book or anything, so it was easy for him to just be like,
Yeah.
all right, I create again, and roll more dice, and that's all it was, which is rolling dice is way more fun on a physical table than it is online. It just is unsatisfying to click the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem is the character concept can only take the mechanics so far because no matter how far Samson's dancing goes, ultimately it's just the poke, and I can only say pirouettes so many times.
Hey, you did really well with describing that rapier poke, though.
Yeah.
Nathan.
But the book was dry today.
I think you're right.
Lost.
5 levels of fighter, and then we're gonna switch to rogue.
But we're level 4. I'm gonna be the caster this time from the beginning. I mean, arcane probably. Are bards technically arcane casters? No, they're
Yeah.
charisma casters. Oh.
Yeah, but they're full casters though.
Yeah.
Charisma casters doesn't have to do with arcane or divine.
Right.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
arcane.
they don't.
But they do have some, like they get cure light wounds. Bards are they get a little bit of everything.
Well, yeah, they're bards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might
It used to
actually
be
go
that they were both divine and arcane, but
I kind of I'm thinking maybe Tempest. I'm thinking about this idea about a guy who's like his whole thing is like he respects the balance between like Tempest and Primordia, but he's more of the like you gotta wipe it away before you can build anything type of approach.
That sort of was the character. The other kind of thing I created that I never posted was the Weather Vane, which is far out somewhere on the coast of wherever, is like this great like water wash tower where a bunch of Tempest clerics live, and it's all based on how that they predict weather and stuff. And it also went along with the Minotaurs because you have to do a lot of boating to get there and things. But that died in its crib because I'm not going to be playing him right now.
You're not allowed to use expressions like that with me anymore.
Oh.
I'm joking.
If anybody's
we just built the crib tonight. That's what's in my head.
If anybody's digging like the mechanics of the warlock, but you don't want like an evil patron, the Undying Light, it's pretty cool. You do a bunch of radiant stuff. It's like you have a connection to the positive energy plane. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm definitely gonna be. It's probably gonna throw down between Warlock, Wizard, Sorcerer, Bard.
And yeah, I
Right.
think any of the backgrounds in the Skag, like we can make them work. We just might have to change a little of the flavor to fit Elandria instead of Forgotten Realms. But a lot of those are just kind of more focused versions of the ones in the player's handbook.
Because instead of a Water Hadvian noble, you could just be like Elandria noble.
Right, right.
Or an Uthgard tribe member, you could just make some kind of tribe that lives out wherever.
Yep.
Which the Skag does a pretty solid job with saying, hey, this is how this works in the Forgotten Realms, but elsewhere, the Purple Dragon Knights, known as a Banneret.
And we could just reskin it and make it mechanically the same, or maybe come up with some slight alterations if you have an idea, you know, for like why an Elandrian noble might be a little different than a Water Davian noble.
Yeah, kind of like where my Knight of the Order background, instead of taking one of the skills, I took performance because they dance.
That made more sense. Yeah, totally.
And
that'd be fun because then we'd start making some background specific to the world, which is definitely on my list of things I want to do someday.
And I mean, and think about what we're doing here right now. You know, I'm not in a hurry to leave. I'm good to chat about characters and stuff. I guess other people, sir, but.
So no one seems super excited about a magic cloak to start out.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I just I'm so focused on the
okay.
creating the character, you know.
I'm like, well, okay, fine, you don't get a magic cloak.
Oh, is it magic? Does it do something?
Yeah, it's a cloak of protection.
Oh, I missed that. I'm excited for that now.
I don't know. I kind of like the flavor. I like the idea that when you walk around town wearing this cloak, it's like, yeah, that's what's up. Check me out.
It's kind of like you guys seen Harry Potter, right? You know how the Quidditch teams have like their colors and they all, you know, it's like you can tell what team they're on. It's like that kind of thing. So. That and it keeps you warm, keeps you dry.
Light, dark, underdark, the undying light.
Could be a blanket.